Hello everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Mixed Media Monday. Woo! Today we're gonna do a little bit of like an Anzac themed pages. It should be fun, but very commemorative. So let's come in and get started. So I'm just gonna do a bit of a light layer of encyclopedia paper on the bottom. Ripped. And I'm going to stick it down with modeling paste so then we can make it a little bit, what's the word? Not old-fashioned, maybe rustic, the word. So let's there we go. And let's test this one. And now what we're going to do real quick, so we're going to put the encyclopedia paper where you can see it, okay? It's right there. And then let's get a paintbrush to paint on the modeling paste. So we want kind of a thick coat. So I'm going to use my gesso brush just to give it a bit of a thick random coat. The thing is, we're not just going to paint it up and down. You want to do it in a few different directions. Give it a bit of body, a bit of character, you know. That sort of thing. Okay, there we go. And now we'll stick that one in the water tub so then it can soak right up. And let's stick down encyclopedia paper. So let's see. What we want is if we just come in and we start putting down. Just randomly. Grab a handful of encyclopedia paper. Put it down. We don't have to work too fast right now because it's actually quite cool. So we can take our time layering these ones down. When I do these, I try to record them in the morning. It's a bit cooler, which means that the paint doesn't dry as quickly on us. And we can do a few more fun things. Also, it's typically less noisy in our house in the mornings. So let's keep going. Keep all the bits of encyclopedia down. And just a few more bits. Been in the gaps. I've got quite a few small ones. See, we're nearly done. It's amazing what happens when you tear a piece of rice encyclopedia paper. It just goes so much further than a full sheet. No, I don't actually think I need all of the ripped pieces. Look at that. I'm going to put that on a canvas after class. Now, let's come in. And what we want to kind of do is we want to rub over the excess modeling paste that we haven't covered on top of the edges of our encyclopedia paper. Might seem a bit cray-cray. But helps give a little bit of that rustic feel to it. There we go. Now let's give this, I want to give it a bit of a quick dry. Just trying to find what the heat tool is. So then can come in and stencil with these, but I'm just going to move that one out of the way because I have a feeling the lead's going to knock it. So let's put this one in. And I'm not expecting the heat tool to completely dry because we'll be here for hours if I try and do that. What I'm just going to try and do is just to get it a little bit touch dry, so when we come and do stenciling over top, it doesn't, the encyclopedia pages don't move. They just kind of stay still. So you can tell that the encyclopedia paper, well, and the modeling paste is touch dry because it's no longer shiny. It's gone matte, essentially. Let me just lift it up to show you. See? Not shiny. Well, only semi-gloss. So that means that it's touch dry. So let's get this one here. And let's get, so I've got this Poppies stencil. It's number 27. It's the Poppies pattern. I'll put a bit of the Vert Umber paint down. Bit of Viridian. And then we'll need a bit of white, but we're going to put the white off to the side. Because we don't need the white for the first batch. We might need a little bit more Viridian. But we'll see. What we want now is we want our blending brush. Let's come in and mix this colour. So we've got like a greeny brown. And make sure you've got a nice, only thin coat of paint on your blending brush. What we're going to do is we're going to put it about here. Hold the stencil down. And this is the type of intricate stencil where you've got to keep moving your fingers that you hold down the stencil with. And you just go nice and lightly. Up and down the page. Until you're happy with the stenciling. And there you go. So there's the first layer. And then what we're going to come do is we're going to meet the stencils at the base there. Get a little bit more paint on. Hold the stencil down. And then once again, walk with your movements with your fingers. It's a beautiful pattern. There we go. Now let's come and do our stenciling over on this side. So I think we're about here is where we're doing the first one. So let's just grab a bit of stenciling. There's that. And let's grab a bit more of the green. Come do the base. And there we go. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to add a little bit of white to the green. Not too much. Just a little bit. Make sure we've really got a thin coat. Come in, and we're going to do this first on the top. So you don't lay it directly where we put it down the first time. Put this one. Down here. And then there we go. And spin it the other way. So we'll do the middle bit first, I think. And then put a bit down here. And now we want a little bit of more white. Significantly more white. So then it's practically nearly white. Just doing 3 layers, and then we're going to do it where we originally sat the stencil. Try to, at least. Might be a little bit off, but that's okay. And then just going to keep going up the paint. Put a bit of the paint down here. Okay, there we go. We're looking pretty good. What we're just going to do is we're just going to add a bit of this sap green acrylic ink to the palette, and we're going to get a small paintbrush. And we're letting the blending brush soak as well with the gesso brush, just because that was a lot of paint to put on it. I can't clean it immediately at home. I suggest cleaning it immediately. Okay, what we're going to do. So we're just going to put on a bit of water. Bit of paint, kind of where the two stencils met. There we go. And now flip it over this way. Down a bit of green again, just a little bit of that acrylic ink. A bit of green along here. It might look a little bit messy, but it's going to look good very soon. It's just about the layers. So I'll lift it up so you can see all those layers of paint. You can see all those layers. When you're out further, it kind of blends it all out, but when it's nice and close, you can see the layers, and that's kind of what I like. And then we're going to dry this real quick because then we're going to come and add in our poppies. Avoid getting the cords in the way. So you just want to come in and give it a bit of a dry once again until it's touch dry. So I've just done that so then my colours stay separate. I don't want my colours to mix. I want them to stay separate. Now, let's have a look-sees. We're going to paint the poppies. So, let's get this crimson. And then let's get this stencil brush. Okay. Yeah. Stencil brush, crimson. So we're just going to put a little bit of paint on the end of our stencil brush. Then we're just going to find some gaps. And twirl it around. Stencil brushes can hold a lot of paint, so we might not need to fully reload for a little bit. So I've just reloaded. I think last but not least, one down here. And then what we're going to come and do is first put a bit more green in here. There we go. And then get a bit of white, a bit of the crimson color to make a light pinky colour. What we're going to do is just all right. And there we go. I just redo a few of the dark ones. There we go. So we've got a few little flicks now. And then what we're going to come and do, so we're just going to add a little bit of some black accents. So let's get the black paint, which, oh, I do have. Good. Good, good, good. I thought I grabbed it. I was just trying to find where I put it. Put it somewhere safe. Lol. Okay. Okay, and now just come in with a smaller paintbrush. Do a few little dots. I just realized I did that. No, you can't see that, but okay, cool. So just a few little dots. 1 second, let me move it so that it's in the center here. And there you go. So some had 3, some are 4, some are 5. Some are small, some are big. The point is that we've just got a few of them. There we go. And then what I'll do is we're just going to clean out that small paintbrush and that doesn't have any black on it. You know what? We'll just clean that paintbrush out and we'll use another small paintbrush. I've got small ones everywhere. There we go. And then grabbing the white. Actually, let's just flick the white. Yeah. Let's do some flicking. We'll get the white on there the best possible way. So let's get a fan brush. Okay. Put some water on our fan brush. Grab the white paint. Some warm water on the fan brush. And then just come in. And flick some white on there. There we go. Yep, that's all we need. And we're just going to grab a bit of the black paint, our small paintbrush. Go last. I thought about stenciling this on, but the reason I'm not is because I believe it's better if we write it by hand. There. Okay. Kind of hidden amongst the poppies. Then what we might do as well, so I think we just need a little bit of red flecks, and I think we might be nearly all finished. So let's just grab this one. And then that, not too bad. Now just come in. Do a little bit of an outline around some of the poppies, not all of them. And then get there. And then that one there. Okay. That's a bit light. 1 second. There we go. And I think we might be done. Let me lift it up to show you. So I'll just go through it all very lightly. So that's it. There's a closer up. And then if we space it out, And there it is, far away. I think that might be our class done. Thank you for coming. The bundle will include the piece of rice paper and the stencil. I mean, the piece of encyclopedia paper and the stencil. I hope you enjoyed it. It's quite a simple one. Anzac Day paintings are best done from a place of commemoration. So, and this is what it is. So thank you for coming. We will be back next Monday for another Mixed Media Monday. And if you watch the rest of the Scrapbook Fantasies classes, we have 2 weekly classes in the Creative Hub and then one on Friday out in the open. And once again, Poppies/Anzac themed on Friday. So thank you for coming and we'll see you later. Bye. Thank you.